Welcome to the Ohio AgNet podcast. I'm Matt Reese. I'm the editor for Ohio's Country Journal, joined by the fantastic Dusty Sonnenburg with Ohio AgNet. And today we are very privileged to talk to the also fantastic Matt Sullivan with Farm Science Review. He's the superintendent of the Molly Caren Ag Center. Thanks for being with us, Matt.
Oh, thank you guys. Always look forward to visiting with you about Farm Science Review and what's coming up for the fall and everything else.
And Matt is a great guy to talk to for a whole bunch of reasons. Number one, obviously Farm Science Review, and that's going to be the topic of the day. But he's got a lot of interesting things going on in the family farm, including a mother who makes really, really good donuts. And we were fortunate on the crop tour to get to try some of those donuts. And I just found out that she makes a pumpkin spice donut that I have not gotten to try. So I need to know what to do, Matt, to get some of your mother's pumpkin donuts.
Well, we'll open up Circle S Farms the last weekend in September and run through the whole month of October. Every day, Matt, you can come out and get your warm pumpkin donut at about 7:30 in the morning.
How long's the wait in line to get one of those?
On the weekends, if everything's okay, hopefully it's not more than 20 minutes, but people will stand in line. Kind of like, I don't want to say it's kind of like the pumpkin show. I like to think our donuts are better than the pumpkin show, but
I would think.
Yeah. But
Matt Reese has been known to camp out for Farm Science Review tickets, so he will probably camp out for one of those pumpkin donuts.
Yeah, I may just deliver them someday. You never know. I may show up on your doorstep with some pumpkin donuts.
I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't be upset about that. And then after Farm Science Review, Matt gets busy picking pumpkins. They're just finishing up sunflowers, so all kinds of fun things going on the farm.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment, Matt.
Yes, right. So in terms of Farm Science Review, what are a couple of the things you're really looking forward to this year that are definitely worth mentioning right off the top of things here?
Well, I'll say great weather. You know, everybody always talks about what's the weather going to be. And actually, Aaron Wilson, who's with Extension, gave us our first update today for weather. And so the forecast looks to be, I'll say, a little bit cooler than normal. So we're excited about that, having good weather for the show. And when we talk about the actual show itself, the new technology that's coming this way in agriculture is pretty phenomenal with the autonomous tractors, the irrigators, and FABE is going to be, or Food Agriculture and Biological Engineering with Ohio State University is going to be out in field demos this year, demoing the newest irrigator that there's been a lot of hype talked about here in Ohio, being able to help some livestock producers and other farmers. And then also the autonomous tractor from Sabanto is going to be here. And so from a new technology standpoint, those are going to be some of the highlights that we're looking at. We're going to have a full slate of exhibitors, as always, all the different aspects of it. You know, when we talk about Farm Science Review, we always say we're the smorgasbord of agriculture.
I like a good smorgasbord, Matt. That's
yeah.
You're right up my alley with that. I really like
that.
And we're going to talk much more about Farm Science Review coming up, but before that, we've got to get to a little bit of audio. I talked with Sandra Lausecker. She has a poultry operation with her family in Union and Logan counties, and she is the president of the Ohio Poultry Association, and they had their celebration banquet last week, and she gave a really nice overview of what's going on in the industry. They've got some challenges. They've had some supply chain issues in terms of packaging and so forth in recent years. Also had to deal with avian influenza, the high-path avian influenza, and had some issues there. So she has a nice update about what's going on in the industry. And Dusty, we've got some other audio to talk about as well, right?
We do. Our team has been busy out there, as always, visiting with people around the state. Joel Penorwood had a chance to catch up with Melanie Straitbach. She is with Farm Credit Mid-America, and you'll be able to hear a bit of their conversation, as well as our own Dale Minyo visited with Dale Everman from Homan Incorporated. They talked about animal health and proper ventilation of buildings, and then Dale had another one of his visits with the Grow Next Gen team, and so all that audio is going to be coming up as well.
And there'll be lots of good stuff in there, and we'll get back to much more from Matt Sullivan on Farm Science Review and all the good stuff that's going to be going on there. So be sure to check that out. It's in the link on this, and will be coming out in the digital email. So be sure to check that in your inbox and check out the rest of today's podcast with Matt Sullivan on Farm Science Review. Thanks all for tuning in to the Ohio AgNet podcast.